Hello, my dear friends. You know, in Matthew chapter 6, verse 8, Jesus Christ says something that should change the way we approach God in prayer. The Bible says, "For your Father knows what you need before you ask." Now, these words were actually spoken in the context of prayer at a time when Jesus Christ was kind of correcting the way people understood how to approach God. In his days, many believed that prayer became effective through, the length, how long you take to pray, or how often you repeat certain words, or the number of words spoken. But Jesus Christ addressed that thinking directly and shifted their understanding. He made it clear that God already knows what you need before you ask. This means that prayer is not about informing God or helping him to understand your situation, because there is nothing about your life that is hidden from him. So the question then becomes, what then is the purpose of prayer? You see, prayer is not about giving God information. Prayer is about bringing your heart into alignment with the will of God. That is why just a few verses later, in Matthew chapter 6, verse 10, Jesus Christ said, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." Now, in that very short statement, Jesus reveals that the true essence of prayer is not to make God follow our desire, but to submit ourselves to the directions of God. Now, this is where we must examine our own lives, ourselves carefully, because many times we approach God with a fixed conclusion. We already know what we want. We have already decided what should happen, or we simply asking God to approve of it. But God does not operate on our conclusions. He works according to his own will. In John chapter 5, verse 14, the Bible says, "If we ask anything according to his will, he hears us." That means that whatever you ask for in prayer, it must be according to his will of God. So it is possible for a person to pray a lot and still not be aligned with God. It is possible to speak to God consistently and still resist his direction. So my dear friend, let me ask you, when you pray, are you asking for God's will to be done, or you are trying to confirm your own plans? Are you open to God's instructions even when it challenges what you want? Because listen, rare prayer is not measured by how much you've said. It is measured by how much your heart is yielded to the will of God. So as you pray today, take time to listen to what God is saying. Allow his directions or allow his word to shape the way you think, and let your prayers come from a heart that is willing to follow his directions. When you do that, you will receive answers to your prayers. And my dear friend, I just want to remind you that if you want to learn how to pray, and if you want to learn how to live your life according to the will of God, then guess what? The Voice of Hope Media app was built with that in mind. So join us on the 10th of May, that is Sunday, as we launch this app virtually, so that we can begin to experience God in a whole different way of having morning devotion. May God bless you, and do have a blessed day. Shalom.